Okay, so I want to talk about something that I've known about for a long time. I think an uncle of mine introduced me to this game probably 20 years ago, and I really like it. It's called Quarto, um, and the best I can describe is a cross between like Connect Four and chess. So let me kind of explain how it works. Oh, no, no. Okay, we'll put that right there. All right. So here's the board. It's a 4x4 board. It's just kind of etched into the wood there. And then this is the bag of pieces. Now the thing about this is each piece has 4 characteristics. So it is either light or dark, square or round, solid or hollow. Well, it's not quite hollow all the way through, but it's got a hole in it. And then tall or short. Now, when you're playing the game, any characteristic that you get 4 of a kind in a row will trigger the end of the game, a Quarto. Okay, there. So that is 4 shorts all in a row. So that would be a Quarto and game over. Someone won, someone lost. Now, the part that really adds like the hook to the game is that you pick the piece that your opponent is going to play. At no point are you picking your own piece. So if I was playing against you, I would take this piece and hand it to you, and then you would have to place it somewhere on the board and then pick the next piece that I'm going to play. So you always have to be thinking a few moves ahead, because you don't want to hand your opponent a piece that they can place on the board and win with. But you might want to give them something that's going to get them close or possibly trap them where they would have to give you a piece that would allow you to win. So there's a fair amount of strategy involved, but you can learn the game in a few minutes and master it in many hours. But you can definitely learn it and get competitive within a few minutes. So I think the next thing I'd like to do is just play a round out and kind of explain what's going on. Before I get too far into it, the first, 6 moves don't really matter that much because you're just stacking the board. You're just filling it up. After that, it's when it kind of gets tricky, and you need to be very careful, very mindful about the pieces that you are handing to your opponent. So let's play around. All right, so let's play it out. We're going to do left hand versus right hand. Okay, so left hand gives this to right hand to left hand to right. Okay, so now right hand has to pick a piece. We have 3 of a kind here, but there are no shared characteristics, so that's safe. No 3 of a kind anywhere else. So just go with this. So right hands that to left. Now left has to place this somewhere. So, okay, here's an example. So if left hand is looking ahead, it could place it here. Now do you see it? 3 of a kind. They are all solid. So what left hand does not want to do is hand this over here because it's solid. Game over. So what left hand wants to do is pick a hollow piece and hand that to right. So now right hand needs to place this somewhere. Now if right hand placed it here, that would be game over because you have 3 there that are hollow and 3 there that are solid. So no matter what right hand would pick next time, left hand could win. I know. Let's put it here. You see? We have 3 of a kind here that actually share 2 characteristics. They are both light colored and short. So what right hand does not want to pick for the next piece for left hand is something that shares these characteristics. So since these are light colored, we would want to pick a dark colored. However, we also don't want to pick something that's solid or something that is short. So you're always thinking on 4 dimensions. Okay, so we can tell it has to be dark colored. It has to be tall, so that's those two. And it has to have a hole in it, which is neither of those. So that's how the game goes, because now right hand is going to have to pick something. But hopefully, there's a chance that left hand doesn't necessarily notice. Let's say that left hand doesn't notice and puts it here. Well, then the game can continue. And the only 3 of a kind that we have on the board right now would be these 3, which are solid. Because these 3 here share no characteristic. These 3 here also share no common characteristic. So all that left hand has to look out for is these 3 here, which means left hand has to pick something with a hole in it. Give that to right hand. Okay, so now right hand could play defensively and shut this triple down, or place here, which would also end the game because you have 3 of a kind that are hollow versus those 3 that are solid. So right hand is going to play defensively. Place this here. Although, do you see what just happened? Square, square, square. So if right hand were to pick a square piece, left hand could put it here and win. So we need, so those are square. These 3 of a kind, okay, so these are all darker colored, so it would have to be something of a lighter color. And no, that's safe. So something not square and something of a lighter color. So this should be safe. Left hand is going to play defensively. Put that right there, because that shuts down that 3. So now left hand has to pick something that is not square. Oh, and also that is not light colored, because if that were the case, right hand could finish and win here or here. So we need something that is round and not light colored, so darker colored. So that would be this one. So left hand will hand this to right hand. Oof, it's getting tough. So let's put that there to shut that down. So now right hand has to pick something that is safe, but we've got 3 of a kind here that are square, so that means it's got to be something that's round, so one of those 2. And we also have 3 of a kind here, but that's safe. We have 3 of a kind here. That is safe. Oh, look at that. We have 3 of a kind here. I didn't see this yet, this diagonal. So that means it has to be round because these are square, and it has to be of lighter color because these are the darker color, which really only leaves this piece here. So right hand will hand this to left hand. Let's just put that there. It's very difficult to think for both teams. Okay, so now this is shut down. There's nothing there, nothing here, nothing here. So left hand has to look out for, oh no, so this doesn't share anything. There's a possibility something might happen here. This is dead. This is dead. This is dead. Dead. Okay, so yeah, left hand will choose this one and hand it to right hand. Oh, never. I did. Okay, I forgot. Okay, right here. So now right hand is celebrating because, boom, right there. So you see it, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right hand can declare victory, and it has a Quarto right there. Now right hand would have to notice. If right hand didn't notice and picks a piece and gives it to left hand, and left hand sees it, they could declare the Quarto that right hand didn't notice. But right hand placed it here, was very excited to get the Quarto. Now it's very rare for the game to get this far without someone making a mistake, but since I'm playing both sides, we got to kind of walk through the whole game, and it's possible there's a win in here that I haven't even seen. But regardless, this is Quarto. I really like it. It's a 2-player game, and it's a game will go anywhere from like 1 to 5 minutes, and you can teach people very quickly. It's all around. It's a really good game. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that is Quarto.